This is Series 1, Episode 68. In this video I will be talking about two stocks and I will be announcing some trade ideas. I will end the video talking about the Nasdaq and the general market conditions, so at least you can make an informed decision. Of course, everything I talk about in this video is for informational purposes only. If you decide to act upon that information, that is your decision. You are responsible for your own trading decisions. Let me talk about BLNK charging. I'll do this really quickly. I did discuss this stock in episode 66. I drew this cup and handle formation, and I actually announced in my own comments on my video that I took an entry here. I broke my own rules unfortunately, and the stock actually took a bit of a nosedive. But let me just show you what I'm seeing now. So let me clear this up. And in episode 66 I talked about drawing a trend line, and we need to see price break the trend line. Well, we didn't break the trend line until very recently. So if I draw that in like so, you'll see what I'm talking about. We've clearly broken the trend line as of kind of yesterday, but very obviously today. You see this, how this candle formation, very bullish. It's broken the trend line with conviction. A very nice signal. So I'm going to announce a trade idea. If you want to take it, it's up to you. This is a confirmed buy signal to me. You could take the trade anywhere around this 35, 34 level. The lower the better, obviously. And then if you really wanted to trade short term, you could get your stop loss just down here, and then you're out of the trade. If you want to look at this slightly longer term, which I'd recommend, and it's what I'm doing, I'd have my stop down here because it's out of the way of this major low point. Or take the trade, hold it, and that's the end of it. Hold it until you make some good money or you lose money. But always remember your money management. So that I believe that BLNK charging is now a buy signal. If you were to take the trade, you get a much better entry than I did, because I got it up here. Because I broke my own rules. I should have waited for the break of this trend line, exactly like I said in my video. So there's the trade for BLNK charging. It does look good, guys. There's the setup. It's, to me, a confirmed buy signal. Now let me hop over to Upwork. So Upwork I talked about in episode 61. I actually drew a cup and handle from this point, a smaller cup and handle, and I said buy around $50. I took the trade and took it up to 60, made a nice little profit and got out, and since then it fell. So did the rest of the growth stocks. So why am I talking about Upwork again? Well, I'll show you. There's actually a bigger cup with handle formation. So cup with handle formations, I keep talking about them in all of my videos. They're so powerful. Here is a much bigger one going back to February time. Let me just draw this in real time. Now I'm using a mouse, so it is difficult. And you've got a nice handle. It's a big, to be honest, it's a big handle, but you see what I mean? A much bigger cup with handle formation. Okay, so hopefully that makes some kind of sense. And then we've got a similar situation to what we have on BLNK charging, in that we have, what do I want to use that one? We have a break of a trend line. You see how the price is absolutely critical for trading. See how price broke out? It actually broke out yesterday, and I started to do a video yesterday, and I thought, oh, I'll just wait, and unfortunately it started to move very quickly. So to me, Upwork is also a valid buy because of this bigger, much bigger cup of handle. If you look at the weekly chart, it's a much bigger cup. So a big sell-off, and then a nice base forms, comes back up, creates a great big handle. The handle is a bit steep. I don't want to get too technical with you, but I'm just explaining that Upwork looks good for a buy as well. I don't really want to announce a particular trade on this one because it's a bit more difficult. Ideally I'd want to see Upwork at $50. So if you were to get here, it's a little bit, it feels as if it's already moving. $50 might be a better one, and then your stop loss could be somewhere down there. So there's the two trade ideas. Blink charging is particularly nice. I really like the look of that one, because with Upwork, I believe there's a earnings report out very soon, whereas blink charging is not such a problem. However, guys, I've got to show you the market, just so you've at least got that kind of caution in the back of your mind. So let me do that now. This is the Nasdaq, and I've talked about this in the very previous episode, actually, 67. Now, let me try and explain what I'm seeing here, and then at least you know why I'm a little bit cautious at the moment. I'm going to get a bit technical, and I did in episode 67 as well. I got quite technical, but I drew this trend line in, and I said if we broke this trend line with conviction, then that's signs to me of trouble ahead. And we did. We've broken this very clearly, this trend line. And I said if you see price moving its way back up to the trend line and holding, that is very worrying. So if you decide to take blink charging or Upwork or any stock, you must keep in the back of your mind that we're at very dodgy ground. We're on very dodgy ground here because we're at all-time highs. We've just broken a trend line, and price is coming back up. Now this is classic, honestly guys, this is classic behavior of professional traders, and I'll tell you why. What they do is they pull price down, and people think, oh no, it's the market's collapsing, but buy the dip. So they buy the dip, and that's what's happened here. Everyone's bought the dip. So when I mean the dip, the market's dropped. Now people have bought into it. Think about it. What would you do if you're a professional trader? Wouldn't you sucker people in, the novices, to think the market's coming back up again? Because I know I would, if that was my job. So I just want to point out, and it's not confirmed, I'm just showing you, the market is making its way back up to and is now hitting the trend line. Now what might happen, and you need to keep an eye on the Nasdaq really closely on your charts and draw this trend line in, because you'll see probably that it starts holding now. And if it starts showing weakness, there's a very good chance that it will fall significantly, because this is what they call a scolded cat bounce. So it's a scolded cat. When this cat gets scolded, it jumps, it just jumps really quickly and off it goes. So this is a bounce that push the price up to the trend line, and if it starts holding and you see price action just really struggling to move higher, I think there's a very high probability that will then collapse. Now I can't predict the future. All I'm doing is pointing out what I see and based on my own experience over 15 years. So let me just show you one more thing here. This is Fibonacci. I talked about Fibonacci before as well. So I'm hoping that people are learning from these videos. With the Fibonacci tool, you take the most recent high point, which is up here, and you drag it down to the most recent low point, the most recent swing where price stopped and then moved higher. So that was there. Now I've talked about the 61.8% Fibonacci level. It's a very powerful level. That doesn't seem to be holding at this point. So the next one is this one here, 76.4. Just keep your eye on the Nasdaq right here, and I will try to predict the future. Let me just show you. I'll draw it in so people can actually see. If it's all about ifs, right, with trading. I'm just trying to draw it in. I highlighted it. I'll remove that Fibonacci tool just to make the chart nice and clean. I'm saying that if price starts struggling at that level where that trend line is and that where I've highlighted the area, Each chart will be different because different feeds, but you should definitely be able to draw almost identical trend line on your Nasdaq chart. If price holds there, continues to hold, you start seeing price bars forming like these two here. That shows indecision by the market. If they're nice and green like this and nice and bullish, big candles, that's fine. But as you can see, as we are even hitting this now, it's struggling and the market's now closed. But when you start seeing bars like this, where there's very small pieces of the candle, the long wicks, it's just indecision. Like this one over here, very small. And these smaller ones, that shows, well, you can see it there, small little candle, couple of small ones, and then market collapses. Now it doesn't always work, guys. I'm just explaining what I'm seeing. I'm very nervous about the overall markets at the moment. Like I said, we're at all-time highs. There's inflation being talked about all over the place. We've just broken a major trend line. We're moving up to the trend line. There's a Fibonacci level there. Price is showing signs it's slowing there. Is the market about to collapse? I do not know. It might just move down for a short period and hold. I don't know, guys, but that is not a good sign. You want to see price moving nicely through this area. If it doesn't, keep stalling. It's a very negative sign, I think. So there's my view. That's my opinion. I don't know how this is going to pan out, but I'm very, very nervous about stocks at the moment. But most of my stocks are longer term. So those two trade ideas I talked about at the beginning of the video, they're both valid trades, and the overall market is absolutely in an uptrend. But I have a knack for predicting turning points. So just keep your eye on that level. Just watch the price. If it keeps stalling there, it's going to fall, I think. If it bashes through, then we're probably going to make new highs. So we'll just have to see what happens. Just keep your eye on that Nasdaq chart, on your own charts. This is what I'm teaching in these videos. Most people are not teaching. They do. Very, very few people, believe me, guys, put their balls on the line and announce trade ideas. Entry points, exit points. Anybody can go onto the internet. My mother could do it and say, buy AMC, buy NEO. They don't give you entry points, just buy it. Anyone can do that. I'm giving you precise entry and exit points and talking about the market in real time. Very, very few people will ever talk about trades, actual entry and exit points, because they don't want it to look stupid. I don't care about looking stupid. I have conviction in what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing, so I hope people are learning from these videos. I don't know, because no one really comments. But there we go. I've done that now, and I wish you the best of luck as always, guys. I will continue to do these videos when I can, and I'm hoping that people will learn and can trade for themselves, hopefully. Wish you the best of luck. Speak to you very soon.